This video will walk through creating a harvest setup file, including variety locator, using the Setup Builder tool found within the Operations Center. To get started, sign in to myjohndeere.deere.com and select the Operations Center. From the Operations Center homepage, select the Tools button, then select Setup Builder. Select Start a New File, Harvest, including Variety Locator, and then click Get Started. Working from left to right, start with Products. You can filter Variety to get rid of any chemicals and select All Varieties. Do not worry if you don't see some of the varieties you planted. Variety Locator pulls the variety name from seeding maps, and they do not have to be in your product list. Be sure to select at least one variety for each crop type you plan to harvest, though. If you are missing a crop type or want to add more varieties, you can select Add at the bottom left corner of the page. If you're satisfied with your crop types, move on to Equipment. Select your combine, platform, and corn head. You can select multiple combines and create one setup file for all machines if you wish. If you're satisfied with your equipment selections, select Fields. In most cases, you can select All Fields to add all fields that are currently loaded in your Operations Center account to the setup file. Next to each field, you will see a crop listed. This is the crop that is associated with the field within the last 12 months from a seeding map. If no data for last 12 months appears, there is no appropriate seeding map loaded to that field. If you see a drop-down box next to a field name, which we do not have listed here, there is a conflict with the crop type due to double cropping or possibly recording a cover crop seeding. If that is the case, simply select the appropriate crop for the upcoming harvest. Although, depending on your field naming or management, you may have a conflict between two crops in your upcoming harvest, like corn and soybeans, in the same field name. If that is the case, you will have to fix the conflict in your seeding maps or select the crop that is more important that you track variety in. Please note, if you choose between crops, you can still manually enter a variety for the other crop in your display. Manually entering variety is simple using the My Operations app on your phone to view your seeding variety maps directly from your combine cab. Please note, any replant varieties will overwrite the original variety only in the areas that you replanted. If you do not wish to upload boundaries and guidance lines to your display, at this time, select the pencil icon at the top of the display and deselect boundaries and guidance lines to make sure none of them end up in the setup file. Selecting Save, you can now move on to Operators. Select any operators that will run equipment. You may also enter operator names in your display. Please note, when using Variety Locator, extra information will be available in the Summary tab, including a note that will let you know any fields that are missing Variety Locator data or any fields that have a conflict of crop type that you may have missed in the Field tab. Select Profile Name and add an appropriate name like 2018 Harvest Setup and select Display Type. Note you can select multiple displays such as a 2630 and 2600 if you have both in your combines. The Summary tab will show you the number of products, equipment, fields selected, and operators. If you are happy with how your setup file looks, select Create File on the Summary. Your file is now being created. Please note, if you have JD-Link Connect installed on your machines and you selected them in the Equipment tab, those files will automatically trigger and send to those machines. Otherwise, your setup file will be available shortly in the Files page. You can access the Files page by clicking Close and then selecting Files. If we wish to download the 2630 setup file, we will select the Harvest Setup file that is created for a 2630 in the down arrow icon. Select to save this to John Deere Data Manager and accept any messages that appear. This will open up the Data Manager. You will then choose a target location such as a D, E, or F drive for your USB stick and select Transfer. This will move the setup file to your USB stick. If you wish to manually push a file to a machine with JD-Link Connect, you can select your file and the Send File to Equipment button. You can then select any machines that have JD-Link Connect and select Send to push them to the machines.